I can share still without being the host.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am here with Sarah Harbarth. I am Iris Beckers. I am part of the Young Talent team, and I'm super excited to talk to Sarah today. And I'm sure her project will go and make you go bananas. Sarah, can you please tell us a bit more about your project?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the short introduction. I quickly try to share my desktop so you can all see. Okay, I think now you should see it.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you so much for the invitation and setting that all up with Rethinking Plastic. It's great to be a part of this. Thank you so much for the team and especially Jon. My exhibit has not arrived yet, but hopefully do within the next time. So I hop right into it. I asked myself a question when I started this whole project, which was this one. So I didn't know if you knew that we humans are the only living beings on Earth that don't live zero waste. I didn't. So I asked myself, why don't we create products that we take from nature and feed it back into the cycle? So I started off with this project at UDK Berlin, which was my exchange semester in the 4th semester of studying industrial design. And I tried to look at my garbage, what I waste and on normal basis. And I got inspired by this great project, which was from Italian designers. And they tried to do the packaging of fries out of the peel of potato, which I found was super, super smart. So I wanted to have the same idea. So as said, I look at my garbage and found out that I personally have a lot of banana peel because I like to eat bananas. Then I stepped a little bit deeper into that topic and found out that it's not only me eating a lot of bananas, it's whole Germany. And you can compare these statistics also to Switzerland, because in German supermarkets, we throw away 288 kilograms of bananas per minute, which is quite a decent amount, I think. So I asked myself, okay, but hey, the banana is not domestic, right? So we need to import it still. And yeah, we need to import it. It's coming from South America, and it takes up to 20 to 30 days to reach Europe. And that takes a lot of energy in sense of that we need to cool down the banana the whole time. And 1/3 of the banana consists out of the peel, which we throw away as a waste product. We just eat the inside. So I thought, okay, but we can do better, right? We can use that for create something greater. So I stepped into that, and this was my first attempt. And you can see the samples here, which seem to be pretty raw and earthy. And this was at UDK Berlin. And I started off with just standing in my kitchen, cooking, drying the bananas, using different kinds of stabilizers, which was in that case, for example, agar-agar, which is a plant-based gelatine, or sawdust, any kind of things. And this was the starting point. And here you can see one sample on the top half, which is surprisingly pretty good, or turned out pretty good, because it was kind of feeling like leather. It was really going into the direction of being a textile. And I could already yarn it with Sue and do stuff with it. So I left it in Berlin, this project, came back to Switzerland and did my 5th semester, and then asked for my bachelor semester if I can do this project again here in Switzerland. So I reached out to companies. This, for example, was IKT, they're in Windesburg, and they're focusing on building plastics. So they're a Science Institute for Building Plastics. So I started with molding things, as you can see on the left-hand side with this machine. On the right top, you can see a machine where I start to, or where I found out the melting point of the banana peel. And yeah, this came to a whole different level then. Here you can see some samples which I recently created with IKT in cooperation. And before I all started this, I asked myself, okay, but what are my aims for this concept? Obviously, I'm using a natural renewable resource as the banana peel is, or the whole banana fruit. I have to say this is from a monoculture, which is not the best thing, as you may know. But still it's renewable, which is a good point. It's also biodegradable, a biodegradable resource, so we can just throw it away after use. A bigger point is minimizing the pollution of our planet with this. The leather industry is a bad topic, and we not only pollute groundwater, but also have CO2 emission and negative impact on humans and animals with this. And obviously this concept is also a waste reduction in a sense, because I'm using the waste of the banana. So then I asked myself, okay, which strategies I should use? Obviously there is a direction going more into a healthier lifestyle. I think customers create awareness of what they're using, maybe not taking the vegetables with plastic, but only taking the vegetables, bringing their own little bags. For me, this should be a concept which is without greenwashing. I think I don't have to explain further. Obviously, this is upcycling from raw materials and the use of alternative materials, so an endless resource. So maybe some of you have asked yourself, okay, but where does she get all the banana from? For this, I have my answer. I'm working together with an initiative. They're called Mehr als zwei, and they're based in Zurich, and they're fighting against food waste. So what they do right now is they're saving all of the bananas from the supermarket chains, the big supermarket chains in Switzerland, which are called Coop and Migros. And they're cooperating with a company in Thurgau. They're called Rethinking. And what they do is they dry the apples, and now they also dry the bananas to create snacks out of those. And what they do for me is that if there's an oven free, they also dry my banana peel, so I can experiment a little bit further with that. So here you can see the first slides of samples I did. Before, or maybe you can see in the middle part that this is a sample from right where I started, the textile one. And next to these, or next to this one, they're all samples with bioplastic. So I tried to, or my research question here was, okay, how durable is this material? How can I compost this? For me, it was always, as said, the goal to compost this material after use. Some of them are home compostable, some of them are industrial compostable. That means, for example, the home compostable we can use for single-use projects and then throw away after use. The industrial compostable have to go in an industrial company to get composted. Yeah, so here you can see all of the samples I did right now, but I'm working on it still. And here I show some products which can be made probably out of the materials I try to create. As said, maybe single-use objects as toothbrush or tableware. If everything goes wrong, I'm making a lamp. Or maybe what is an interesting topic is creating a shoe sole, because I don't know if you knew that when we are walking, mostly the shoe sole is created out of plastic. So microplastic gets set free while we walk with the shoes. So maybe you can create a shoe sole out of banana bioplastic. So we really release that one on the ground. or maybe going into the direction of paper. So because paper is also cellulose, as banana peel is also. Right now, I'm also working on creating a 3D filament. So maybe we can print out glasses out of bioplastic, and I'm using upcycled PLA for that. All furniture. That's kind of everything you see here on this slide. And I think that was it. I'm still in the progress with this project. So if you want to stay tuned, you can definitely follow me or visit the exhibition in Eindhoven, where you can also touch the samples and maybe smell it. Yeah, that's it from me. Thank you for listening.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah. It's really interesting to hear about your project. It also goes already a bit farther than just some material experiments, because you started working together with a company, actually.
Yes.
How did you experience this?
It was great. I love it. I love to go there, and it's a whole different topic, I think, because I'm now working together with people who are really, or who have really knowledge on this. So, for example, material designers, chemistry people, engineers, and I think that's a really good mix for me coming there, having a lot of ideas, and then they telling me, okay, that's possible, that's maybe not, and then creating something great. Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun.
So nice. By the way, you have a little bit of background sound. Maybe you're moving like a paper around or something, or
okay. No.
Okay, so maybe it's just the Zoom. Okay. So how do you experience working together with these people? Is it easy, or do you really have to learn their language to talk to them in a way?
Good question. Yeah, I had to learn the language. Yeah, when I started there, it was a lot of different words I didn't know, and I was like, okay, what is that actually? What is bioplastic? What is this? The meaning of plastic? You know, I was I had to learn, but I can say now I understand them, and we speak the same language now, and it's really fun. I said it's really fun to work with them.
Do you think more designers have to work really in these interdisciplinary teams, and do you have any advice for them how to really start working with them?
So what I did is just reaching out and contacting people, which I think is interesting to work with. I would say yes. I would say we can learn from each other, and it's really, really fun to learn from them, and they also learn from me, obviously. So yes, please.
Yeah, I think that's a really good message for everyone, every designer, but also scientists, to really start working together, and then you can also achieve something greater.
Mm-hmm.
So I was also wondering, like, was there anything that was super surprising to you in this process of developing this material?
I think the most surprising thing was actually right where I started, because as said, I was just standing in my kitchen mixing weird stuff together, and then found out this one piece which was really interesting to touch and to feel, and yeah, this was, I think, the most surprising, and this was an experiment which was actually by accident, kind of.
That's so nice to just like be surprised and then take advantage of that surprise, right? To then just keep working with it and then get enthusiastic about this.
Yep.
And did you then already have an idea how many applications it could have? Because there's like a lot of applications that you talked about, but did you already know that this was going to happen, or was this also a surprise to you?
I think I wanted to start off with more going into the textile direction, because it felt like the textile or leatherish. But then I went into the bioplastic theme more now. But I also want to go into the paper direction. So I'm with my bachelor, which is now 2 more months. I'm trying to kind of go into different directions and see what I can create, because as I said, it's always a kind of surprise. But right at the beginning, I had a product in my mind. I was just really experimenting with it, with the material itself. And for a longer period of time, I have to say, I was just experimenting. But obviously then sometimes if you touch something and if you really feel it, then you think like, okay, this could be this, or this could be this. It obviously depends on the material you're creating, what product you can create out of those.
So after your bachelor, do you think you will continue with this project and maybe take it even a step further than you're already doing now?
I would actually love to do that. I would really love to do that. It also has to obviously do with having money for this, because working in a science institute is quite expensive. So right now I can definitely do it as a student, but after this I have to see what opportunities I get to work further on it. But I would love to, yes.
That sounds really good. So maybe you also want to ask if anyone wants to collaborate with you,
Yeah,
or
please, sure.
or want to invest maybe in your material, then would be good to maybe ask people now in the Dutch Design Week. Maybe this is a good opportunity to find people.
True, it is for sure, yeah.
So what would be really the next step for you now?
The next step is still my bachelor, and I'm really excited to finally work on it again, because during or due to Corona, I couldn't work on it. So now I'm back at it, back in the labor, back in the Science Institute and stuff, so I can finally start to work on it again. And I'm really using every day to go there and create something new. And for my bachelor degree, I wanted to create 3 to 5 products which really show the material. And I want to create a material library so that you can just skip through and see every material and touch it, and be very transparent with what I'm using, how I kind of created it, and then really showing it in products, yes, so you can have a better understanding of the material. Yeah, that's the goal.
Okay, well, this was so interesting. Is there any last thing you want to say to everyone or want to mention before we wrap up this interview?
Yeah, I mean, please follow the process. And if you have any further questions, you can definitely contact me. I would love to get any emails. The questions are always really interesting. And yeah, just leave me an email if you have any more questions. I would be grateful for that. And thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. And I hope we will find products made of your material very soon on the market,
Yep,
and
I
that you
hope so
find
too.
a lot of fruitful collaborations. And yeah, thank you so much. This was really interesting.
Thank you so much, Iris. Have a nice day, and hopefully see you soon in Eindhoven, maybe.
Yes, I hope so too. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.